And get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to learn about the powerful integration between Shopify and SimpleConsign. I'm thrilled to introduce our guest speaker, Richard Lloyd Roberts from Monkeys and Hats. Richard is the Chief Technology Officer at Monkeys and Hats, specializing in Shopify, website development, a MailChimp partner, and AI expert. Monkeys and Hats is a dynamic digital marketing agency and e-commerce partner, empowering small businesses. As certified Shopify partners, they've built over 350 Shopify websites and offer tailored email marketing strategies as a MailChimp partner to boost customer engagement and business growth. Monkeys and Hats has been working hand in hand with SimpleConsign for over 10 years, building websites, mobile apps, and Shopify stores for our users. We will have time for questions at the end, so please enter any questions into the Q&A. And now I'll hand things over for Richard to get us started.
Thank you, Caroline, and good morning. Welcome to everybody. I'm just going to give you a bit of background on Monkeys and Hats and our relationship with the consignment industry and SimpleConsign. We started many years ago doing mobile apps just generally, and my wife was going door to door to sell these apps, and she came across a beautiful little consignment store in Cornelius, North Carolina, called Fifi's. And the woman at Fifi's bought an app from her and said, "You need to come to Nart's because I think you'll do very well there." So my wife ended up going to Nart's, and we sold, I think it was like 25 mobile apps in their little online market, well, their little marketplace. And that's the start of our relationship with consignment stores. We have been working now for about, I think, 10 years on either mobile apps, websites, specifically and almost exclusively for consignment stores. We started off also building WordPress websites and integrating SimpleConsign's software into WordPress and WooCommerce. It was a little clunky, not from SimpleConsign's viewpoint, but from WooCommerce wasn't the best platform. And as things progressed, Shopify, which I actually never even used to like, funnily enough, improved significantly, and thus SimpleConsign did an integration, and it has streamlined things so well. We've seen huge success from our customers. As Caroline said, I built hundreds and hundreds of websites now over the years. COVID obviously being my busiest period. I think I did 80 in about 6 months. It was crazy. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, kind of like a setup of Shopify, how to integrate SimpleConsign and how easy it is. I'm going to show you the back end of Shopify, what your products look like. I'm going to give you a couple of little tips in SimpleConsign of things to do. We'll talk about setting up shipping, setting up all your taxes and what have you. I've got a development site I'm working on, so I can sort of show you a basic site, and then I'll show you some completed sites. So hopefully that's okay. So to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how beautiful some of these sites can actually be. So let me share my screen. Okay, and here we go. So we have a couple of sites here that they're our long-term consignment partners. We do marketing for them as well. This is a store called Divine Consign. It is in Chicago. It's exclusively furniture. This is the homepage of it. As you can see, we like to highlight the actual categories. These categories directly relate to what's in SimpleConsign. There's an address, and then we have a new arrivals section, which is pretty much everything as it comes into the store in order. So the newest first. And so people can, like, what happens with the new arrivals, it's actually one of the most visited pages on the Shopify site. People, as they're shopping, they may have come in the store, they may have been online, they always want to see what's new. So this is a very important page when you're putting such a website together, because people are just going to keep looking, oh, look, there's something. And then on the other side, we have what we call a filtering system. So people can drill down and they can be more specific about the things they want. So for example, beds, or we'll just do benches. So this narrows it down and makes the experience a lot better for the end user. This is the Loft Luxury Resale. It's another one of our partners. As you can see, we really highlight and showcase the collections. On the homepage of Shopify, you can make announcements. So we do graphics with links, a little bit about the store. You can do store pictures. So you can see this is Shopify can look really, really, really nice. And then we've got Too Good to Be Through, which is down in Texas. This is their clothing store. So this is the homepage. Actually, no, sorry. This is the clothing store. So here, for example, we've got the plus size category, and there are their products. When you click on the product, you've got your brand, SKU number, size, color, category, add to cart, buy with Shopify. There's a description down here. We can add recently viewed. We can have comparable products. There's a lot of different things you can do with customizing the pages of pretty much everything. Let's pull back this here. This is their new arrivals collection. And if you look here down at the bottom or in the menu, these are all the categories that we have created. So for example, in women's, we've got plus size, active wear, designer wear, evening wear, clothing, dress, etc., etc. I'll show you briefly as we go along how to create categories. They directly correlate to SimpleConsign's categories. And in addition to that, you can also mix and match things based on brand size color or category type. So we could, for example, if you're in SimpleConsign had jackets, outerwear, bottoms, and shoes, and you wanted to create a category just for winter, that's possible. We just do like a combination category. If you wanted to do something like this, where are we? This is, go back here. Shop by designer, top brands. So we here, for example, we have the Gucci channel, which is done on the brand type. Where are we? The Louis Vuitton channel. And then everything in here is featured as just that one brand, which is good when you know that people are looking for Louis, for example. All right, so that's that. So that's the general look and feel of Shopify. It's very customizable. I'll show you about themes in a second, but let's kind of go from here. So to start off with Shopify. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to shopify.com and start a free trial. Or if you're working with a developer such as myself, we would set up a development site for you, which then you wouldn't have to pay for until the site's finished. And we work on the back end and get it finished. But here is basically start a free trial. You're going to click on this, sign up with any email you want, and then they will send you to essentially a setup process, and you will end up with this, which is the back end of Shopify. Okay, so let's give you a little bit of an overview of what we're looking at here. The homepage in Shopify is going to be just kind of like a little notifications page, what's going on with your store. This section up here is going to be all of your orders, and I'll show you some of those later. This section is where all your products will go. And this is a development site, so it's not even set up yet. When your customers buy from you, it develops a customer database. Here you can add photographs and files and things like your consignor agreements in PDF or Word form, which can then be downloaded by your customers. There's a finance section for credit cards and taking money from people, which is always a good thing. Your analytics section, this will show you kind of what's going on a day-by-day basis. They have marketing tools, so things like email and et cetera, et cetera. There is a coupon section. So if we create a discount here, you can do amount off specific products, buy X, get Y, which is like buy 3, get 1, amount off the total order, and then you can do a free discount, shipping discount, sorry. Amount of products, we use this a lot in our marketing. So this would be, for example, either a discount code or an automatic discount. For an automatic discount, you might say, I'm going to give you 10% off for a new spring collection. You go in here, you can choose a specific category, add it in here, and then when they shop that category, like shoes, or let's say you want to do a category that was like everything you wanted to get rid of in a specific section. And then when they shop that category, they get the discount. So, all right, so that's that. Let's discard that. All right. So down here is the development section of your website. So this is where you do the work. You can add blog posts. So this eliminates the need for having 2 or 3 different websites doing different things. You can add and create pages. Okay. So to do that, you would literally create a page. You click on here and you're going to paste in your content, or you can actually go over to Shopify's template method, which is a little more complex, and you can do something even more creative by adding different features and sections, slideshows. So this is where all of the functionality is. Okay, I'm going to show you that for the front page in a sec. Okay, and if I'm going too fast, please let me know. All right, so then there's navigation. This is your menu. You can do multiple menus. So your main menu is going to be that top one. Your footer menu is going to be the bottom one. This is where you put things like, for example, your policies, your return policy, that type of thing. Where are we? There's a point. No, we don't need to do that. We don't use that one. There's shop is Shopify's sort of like extra app. This provides you a whole nother marketplace to sell. And then in this section, we have apps. So you can consider this a little bit like the Apple or Google App Store. Okay. So if you wanted a particular functionality like a rewards program or some kind of filtering system, you can go to the App Store. And there are thousands and thousands of different apps. There's integration to Facebook, there's integration to Google, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it, somebody's developed an app for it. It's pretty cool. The apps are paid, so you'll incur an extra expense. You don't need lots of apps, honestly. It's pretty Shopify's pretty good at what it does, but there are some things that you might want to just use. Anyway, all right, so that's that. So let's show you how super easy it is to connect SimpleConsign to Shopify. Okay, so let me move this over here. Okay, get rid of that. All right, so what we have here is we have the SimpleConsign app, which what I've done is I've gone to there's a specific URL that SimpleConsign will give you. So when you're building the store, you kind of add this as another app, and then you're going to add a pairing code, which I have here from Wes. Let me just get this. We're going to do this one live. This is actually a real thing we're doing here. Bear with me. Sorry, should have had this ready. Okay. All right, get back to the screen. All right, so we add this pairing code, and go submit. You set your location, and you select, and you finish. Continue. And that is SimpleConsign connected to Shopify. It's that easy, super easy. Unless you get an internal server error. And a simple refresh, and there you are. So, so right now you have nothing synchronized inside of SimpleConsign and Shopify, but Shopify is connected directly to SimpleConsign. So that's how easy it is. Now to get your stuff up to the web, what you're going to do is you're going to come into the back of SimpleConsign. We'll pick a product, okay? And you've done item entry probably already. You're going to want to have an image of the product on here. Okay, so here's some images. Some important things to fill out. So you want to do the name. You put it in the category. These are all the different categories that you'll have in SimpleConsign. Quantity. If you put retail in it, actually on Shopify, it will give the customer a comparison. You definitely want to put the brand in where you can. Size, color, And that's pretty much it for the Shopify end. Put your images in. You're going to go to e-commerce. In SimpleConsign, there's actually an override. So if you use abbreviations in the basic thing here, you can override it by putting an actual more detailed title. You can do your own custom description. Once again, you can put the weight, height, depth, widths here. And then if you wanted to do anything additional in Shopify, like tag it Christmas collection or Christmas or seasonal, you can add that and it will create a record in Shopify to sort later. Save and close. And what will happen is on Shopify, your product will show up right here. Okay. Once that's done, if you're building it yourself, you're going to come to collections and you're going to create a collection. So we're going to do create. I'm going to call the collection new arrivals. And we're going to do a smart collection. Going to do product type is equal to, and here you will see all of your categories inside of SimpleConsign. Okay. So all these categories here will be in a drop down here. And that's how you can create collections of different product types or product categories. So for example, if you were a furniture store and you wanted to do living room, then, and you've got categories of living room chair, sofa, TV stand, or whatever it is, you can add them all in here and they will end up showing up as a full category inside of Shopify with all of the different sections here. So for example, for that, let's do bedroom. So within Divine Consign's bedroom category, we've got beds, dressers, chests, mirrors, and nightstands. And that would basically be in, sorry, I keep pressing that, in that section there, okay? All right, so that's that. On the setup of Shopify, when you first set it up, some of the things you're gonna wanna do is, it's got that. When you set up, you're gonna have this whole settings section. So you've got a general page, which is your store details. This is going to be your store name, your billing address, whether you're going to do imperial or metric, pounds or ounces, pounds for furniture, ounces for clothing, your time zone. That's pretty much that on that page. You select a plan. Okay. That's the Shopify plan. I suggest most people start with the very, very basic one, which is, I think is $39 to $49 a month, and you can, if you buy for a year, you get it cheaper. You set up your billing. That's how you pay Shopify. You can add users. Okay, so that would be other staff members. So the store owner themselves has full control over everything. And if you add a staff member and you only want to give them limited permissions, you'd basically come in here and you can select what part of the website they have access to. Pretty much in every case, you don't want to give them too much control over the billing section. Payments. This is where you activate Shopify payments, and Shopify will process your credit card orders for you. I think they're currently 2.9% plus 30 cents a transaction, and they have literally every single payment provider in the world that can take your credit card. So it's like Apple, Google Pay, Amex, Visa, MasterCard, you name it, they have it. If you don't choose to use Shopify payments and you want to go with someone else, there are manual payment methods. I will warn you, Shopify charge you extra for that. So it's cheaper for you to do this. Okay. You can customize your checkout for people. Like, so when they sign up and they buy something, you can have no phone number or email, just email, or you can, add like all the other different features that you want them to check out with. Require first and last name, company name if you want it, address line 2, all this type of stuff. Okay, so that's your setup of your checkout. You can customize your customer accounts. All right, let's do shipping and delivery. So shipping and delivery is one of my probably most asked questions. So there's a couple of things with this. You can set up specific rates. So they already have some preset rates. What I've found with consignment stores, one of the biggest problems is you've got so much inventory that's coming in, weighing everything is going to be like a bit of a extra, too much extra to do. So a lot of people and pretty much everybody do a flat rate. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You can be more specific. And with furniture, it's almost impossible to set weight because nobody's shipping a sofa. So with furniture, what I do is local pickup only most of the time. There is a partnership we're developing with UShip, where you can get custom rates for shipping furniture across the country. It's not really developed fully yet, but it's coming, so that might be something for the future. But anyway, so yeah, you can set up free shipping. You can set shipping up with, if you spend $200, it's free, or $100. You can do it by weight if you want to. There's many different options. Taxes. So two things with taxes. This one isn't set up yet, but when you go to set up taxes, you're going to choose obviously your country. I'm assuming most everybody's in the United States. So we select United States, and Shopify tax. They do all the work for you, so you don't have to worry about where you are or aren't collecting taxes. And here's how e-commerce tax works. If you're buying something online and it's within the state, typically they're going to charge the consumer tax. If it's going out of state, they don't necessarily charge them tax, or if they will, it will be after you reach a certain threshold. But there's really not much to worry about because Shopify works the whole lot out for you. Okay. If you have multiple locations, you can put different locations here. That one we don't use. Apps and sales channels. So these are all of your apps and places that you can sell. So here you're going to have your installed apps, and there's Facebook integrations, as I say, eBay integrations, which are a little more complicated than normal. Google Shop, Pinterest, TikTok, you name it, there's an integration for it. You will add a custom domain. So if you have a website already, you can connect an existing domain. If you don't have one, you can buy one here, or you can use GoDaddy or any one of your preferred domain providers. Let's have a look. That one we don't really do much with. Notifications. So this is a cool one. You've sold something. How are you going to find out about it? So there's basically three ways. You can have a text. Shopify have an app that basically puts all of your sales in it, and the app runs very much like the website. It's a great app. And you can also have an email notification to as many people as you want. Okay, so that would be like your store email. Then the other thing at the end here is your privacy policies. So you're going to set your return and refund policy, your privacy policy, your terms of service, your shipping policy, and your contact information. Okay. All right. That is that. Now let's have a look at customization on the front end. So when you get to the Shopify, this is on here. It's got online store themes. So a little bit about themes. Shopify will give you a free theme, and they're good, but they're very basic. So what I've always done with my websites is I've gone and paid for a theme. So you can go down to the theme library and you click add a theme, visit the theme store. And a theme is like the structure of the website. So, it's the design and the structure. They're all infinitely customizable. So I wouldn't get too caught up in this because there's thousands of them. They run $300 to $400 at one time. And once you've paid for the theme, you'll be able to keep updating it when they introduce new versions. There's a couple of themes I really love. Let me just search from here. So there is Prestige. Oops. So Prestige theme is probably one of the most beautiful themes I've found in Shopify. So when you first set up your site, if you want to test the theme and see if it's like something you really like, you can actually just click try theme. They will add it to the theme section here. So you see this is a theme trial. You don't pay for it yet. And then you can actually go in and you can kind of walk around it and try it out and see if you like it. And if not, you just delete it. So Prestige is one of my favorites. The other one I love is one called Broadcast. And I'll tell you why I love them in a minute. Okay, Broadcast, another theme here. It's got everything you need in it. This is why I love these, right? Every time I've ever had an issue, and it's very rarely, I call their tech support or I write to their tech support and the issue's fixed immediately. And that to me is worth a couple of extra $100 or $100 more than anybody else. It's that, trust me, you don't want to be messing around trying to figure out a problem with a theme. So most of the time they'll come in and they'll just fix it for you. So anyway, so that's that. Now, to customize your website, it's pretty simple, says the person that does it all day. All right, so what you've got initially is when you go to customize, they're going to send you to that home page, and they've got some pre-populated stuff. Okay, so let's start with the image slide. This is your slideshow at the top of the website that most people have. Once you click on it, you can customize it with these simple customization boxes. So like, for example, the controls, I can change the colors, do those red. See, they change red down here, make them green. So that little bit of customization, if you've got an idea about how to do a website, that's pretty easy. And then the slides themselves, you're going to click image slide. That's that slide. And I'm going to add an image, okay, from my category. So here, there's an image. And you can do 2 slides, 3 slides. There's a space. Let's go back to this. There's a space, for example, for your regular website image. And then if you click on this one over here, which is your mobile view, you can see if it looks good. And if it doesn't, then you can select a very specific mobile image. Okay. You can customize the subtitle, the heading. You can change where it is. So you can go top left. You can go middle left. Let's go make this bigger so you can see it. So you can put the text all over the place. You can change the content size. You can add buttons. So for example, we're going to do a new arrivals button, and we'll put shop new arrivals. Can't spell. And that will then add a button which clicks there. So all of these features here are just different functionality within the Shopify structure. So for example, there is featured collections, okay? So if you wanted to feature for example, winter collection or a spring collection or a summer collection or new handbags or whatever, you would go in here, you would add the section, okay? And let's do featured collections. You're going to click on that collection and you can then select the collection. Let's do new arrivals because we're on the others. And that then will show up here and all your products will show up. It's that simple. If you don't want it at the bottom, you can drag it to the top and it's done. That makes sense? Okay, let me just check the chat, see if anybody's got any questions here so far. Nope. Okay. All right. You can do multiple collections on the home page. So here is a collection list. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you can add 6 in this theme for that front page. You can do things like before and after images. So maybe different looks. There's newsletter, shop the look. This is a pretty cool feature. You can add specific products. So for example, you can have a picture of your store with a handbag and like a mannequin setup. And in here, you can actually add the products and a quick link to them. One of the difficulties in consignment is you always have one of everything. So if you're going to do something like that, you pretty much will have to keep an eye on it because that stuff will sell and it will just be redundant. There we are. That's that. Okay. Get rid of this thing here. Sorry. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's talk about making sales. So this is the coolest part about Shopify with SimpleConsign. Your products are in here. Your orders are here. You made a sale. Okay. And the biggest question I used to get all the time was, what happens if it sells in the store at the exact same time as somebody buys it online? I'm like, well, that's never going to happen. Oh, yeah, it does. Happens a lot. And so the cool part is in SimpleConsign, it's going to show sold the minute it's sold online. So somebody buys it online, it's going to go straight back to SimpleConsign and literally coordinate. So you'll know it's been sold. Same thing with in store. If you sell in store, SimpleConsign is going to tell Shopify it's sold, and it will no longer be available on the website. So that's really, really super cool. Okay. Let me think what else here. You can create orders. One of the things, actually, just a little bit of an aside, a lot of people do lives now on Facebook where they use, let me see, they'll use, what's the name? I forgot the name of it now. Oh, reply sold. I think there's a couple of them. So you walk around the store and you basically show people stuff and they say sold. It's really, really awesome. It sells a lot of products. I've had people doing over $1 million a year just on, just doing on lives. So, all right, a couple of questions I got here. I can actually do the difference between collection and brand and how do they correlate to SimpleConsign? Really, really good question. All right, so brand, let's go to the product, is going to be, in this case, it's furniture, but it's going to be Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Walmart, whatever it is you're selling, that's the brand. Okay. A collection in Shopify is going to be your category in SimpleConsign. So if you look here, these are the categories. So for example, in furniture, accessories, things that just accessories around the house, artwork, bar stools, that's a category. So you can do this. If you want to make it a better experience for your consumers, instead of just having the category bedroom, which you can have, you might want to do beds and benches and bookshelves, and then add them to a major category inside of Shopify. So I'm going to actually show you that a second. So here, when we go back to products, collections. Okay. So when I create a new collection, I'm going to edit this one. And you do title, you can do a paragraph, you can add a collection image. These are some of the things that you can do to create categories. So category, vendor. No, so in Shopify, vendor equals brand. Okay. So if I click vendor is equal to, and when you click on this, you're actually going to see all of the brands that you entered into SimpleConsign up. Where are we? Here. Okay.
Right. Yeah, pop in there real quick. Yeah, the reason it's blank is because there's no inventory transferred up there. Once you get inventory items actually on the Shopify site, you'll be able to hit that drop down and see which brands are filled in there.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yep.
actually gonna let me pull up my partner program here. I'll show you a live store. Okay. All right. Let's go products. So here's some collections, right? So for example, here we've got brand new inventory. That means everything entered in SimpleConsign that has the tag new on it is in this section. Bedroom furniture. Here's a good one, since we're talking about furniture. So we got type equals beds, which relates to the category in SimpleConsign. Type equals dressers, chests. Type equals headboards. So we've grouped together all of the categories in SimpleConsign that are to do with bedroom and made them into one category here. Brand is going to be, if I was searching for, where are we? I'm going to come, no, not that one. I'm going to come to the website and I'm going to say new arrivals and I'm going to search by brand. Okay. This is going to give me all of the brands of products I have inside of SimpleConsign. Okay. I did notice there was a couple of questions about marketing. I will cover that more towards the end of this. Okay, SimpleConsign categories go through as product type, and SimpleConsign brands go as vendor into Shopify. Yeah, that's correct, Jessica. All right. So that is that. Okay, where are we? Navigation, I think we covered. All right. I'm going to get rid of some of these windows a second.
Yeah,
All right.
I think Richard, you covered everything. That was awesome. I know you've been a big help to me learning a lot of this stuff too, and some of
Yeah.
the silly questions I've had. The only thing I can even think to add would be the photo app. We do have a photo app that would you can install on your phone, and it will help you get images to the site. But yeah, really, you covered everything. That's awesome.
All right, good. Well, do you want to jump into marketing a little bit then? So I see a couple of questions on here. How do you market your store? Okay. Um, so the other side of Monkeys in Hats is a pure marketing agency. We work with about 15 consignment stores. Um, so there's a few things you have to do. Search engine optimization is one section of marketing, and what search engine optimization is making sure that Google can read your website, and then index it and provide it as a result when somebody searches for, let's say, consignment stores inside of Google. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here. So that is a little bit of a technical subject because there is some technical stuff to do setup in that. So I'm not going to cover that today. The second thing you're going to want to do is Google Ads. Set up a Google Ads account and do keyword ads. So the same thing, when people are searching, they will be able to find your store. Things like Google My Business are useful. But I think the primary thing that we see the best results is email. Okay, we do 2 emails a week for pretty much every store we work with, maybe 3, where we're featuring sales, new arrivals, and any other thing that's going on in the store. And we keep over and over and over getting in front of people. Now, if you don't have an email list, I suggest you start right away in building one. Everybody that comes in the store, give them an incentive to give you their email. Like, we do monthly drawings, we'll do a $50 gift card. That makes it really cheap, and it's a high conversion rate. Anywhere and everywhere that you can gather emails, and put them in your database. And we kind of prefer MailChimp as the platform because it's the most integrated. Um, Once again, that's kind of for existing public. For new public, you've got to get into areas where people who've never heard of you are going to come from. So once again, that's going to be Google Ads, just general marketing, how you would market your store, with the result of them giving you their email. Okay. So honestly, the Facebook advertising and the Twitter advertising and all the other advertising methods are good. Um, One of the things we've found with consignment stores you have to be very careful of on Facebook is brand names. People have had their Instagrams cut off. The algorithm in Facebook is kind of abusive. So you have to be a little bit careful about going, oh, we have Gucci and Louis Vuitton and that kind of, those big brand names um, get flagged for some reason. We're still not sure why. Anyway, so doing your advertising on the usual channels that you would use specifically for your store is important. Okay. And, I've seen people that are very budget conscious and people that spend a fortune. It's sort of like you've got to get the formula right. I honestly strongly recommend that you get with somebody that specializes in Google Ads if you're going to do Google Ads. If you don't know it, same with Facebook. There's a very distinct methodology that you follow with Facebook that produces results. But the thing is, I found with people that aren't selling online is they don't promote the website enough. Okay, you want to keep pushing, go to our website and have some reasons for them to go there, like loyalty points or special offers that are exclusive to the website. Um, and then doing the Facebook Lives is also another very effective method of getting people involved. There's a store in Alabama that has literally sold in every state in the country just through her Facebook Lives, and she's very, very successful at it. does well over $1 million a year just online, just going through the store with these lives. So okay, so that's that. There is not a way for us to port store credit customer balance. I'm going to leave that to SimpleConsign. That's not one of my questions. Just looking at the question, so sorry for a sec. Okay, listing items. I can show you that. I think that's more of a SimpleConsign question. Do you want to handle that, Wes?
Yeah, I can talk through listing items. It's really it's just deciding on how you want the item to go up, right? So you're going to put all the details in SimpleConsign. That's one important thing that I wanted to mention is yes, there's tons of stuff you can do on Shopify, do all the theme design, do all the other changes and stuff up there for that, but let SimpleConsign handle the item details. We do bulk syncs at night to keep everything in sync. And so if you change something on Shopify, change pictures, change the description, stuff like that, we will see that at night and go, oh, that's out of date, and we update it. So please make sure that you put those details in SimpleConsign. But really, yeah, from our side, you would just go into the item details, make sure there's a picture, make sure that there's any e-commerce tags or any particular way that you're going to have this item fall into a certain collection. And so you check the e-commerce box, and that's the trigger that will tell it to go up to Shopify. And then, then you can go onto the Shopify admin side, go to the collection and make sure it landed there. And that's where Richard was talking about having a smart collection. I would always recommend smart collections too, is that way you're not manually adding items to an individual collection. Let it do the work of figuring out where it goes. And to speak more to the collection side of it is really the hard part about this, in my opinion anyway, is the planning of it. The example that I use to talk to stores is think about how the collection will look on Shopify. If I'm a small store and maybe I have a necklace collection or a necklace category in SimpleConsign, and I have earrings in SimpleConsign, but I don't have a lot of inventory, I'm going to make a jewelry collection in Shopify and group those items in there. So, then when they click in there, they've got some inventory to look through, and that's the hardest part to figure out. But I would just, do a group of items and upload it and see how those go. Plan out how you want it to do. The other side of that is doing your high-end items. It can be very overwhelming if you just, well, I got to push, 5,000 items up to Shopify. Pick a group of items and put those items up on there and break it down into smaller tasks. So.
One of the big benefits of this integration is you do not have to manage your inventory in multiple places. So you really don't touch Shopify as far as the product is concerned. You're going to make all your changes in SimpleConsign, and as Wes said, when they do the update, it will actually update automatically in Shopify, so you don't have to worry about editing it in both places, which is huge. I noticed here there was a question about taxes, which I can speak to. So to clarify, and I think this is true, but you might want to check with your accountant. If you're shipping out of state, then there is no sales tax to that order, and Shopify will tell you that until you ship a certain amount of taxes to a specific state. So if you kind of live on the Virginia, North Carolina border, and half of your orders are going across to North Carolina, and you're getting thousands of dollars a year in sales there, they're gonna end up charging you. So you have to declare that, okay, I'm shipping a lot here and a lot there. But I'm not sure the actual amount, but they definitely is a make break point of yes, I've done a lot of orders to this state, and now they're going to charge me sales tax. All right, I see another question. If we sold a gift card in store, how does the customer use it on the website? I don't know
That
If we
doesn't
can,
integrate. Yeah, that
no,
doesn't
it doesn't
integrate.
integrate yet. No,
Yep.
no, yep.
Shopify has
However,
their own.
if you do decide to do Shopify gift cards, which you can do, the customer gets mailed the gift card. It's like an electronic gift card. They can bring it into the store because they've paid you for it. And I believe you can log into Shopify and then just cancel it out and say it's been used because you have the money already. So that can be done, but not the other way around. For shipping furniture fees at checkout, is there a way to provide a notice which tells customers the shipping fee quote will be sent? Yes, there is. On the checkouts, you can actually customize the checkout pages and customize. It's like a special section in Shopify that you can change the wording. So, but the best way to do it is to do in-store pickup and then have a notification if they want it shipped, they should call the store. We have an issue with tagging items on Instagram or Facebook after they make a big change last year. Yeah, okay, so here's the Facebook thing. I don't really like the Facebook integration as far as shopping's concerned because it's too clunky, it's too complicated, and I haven't seen massive amounts of money made from it. Okay, so what you want to use your social media for is to drive people to the website. And when they get to the website, you really want to like then capture as many emails from as possible by doing like, a gift card offer or something. Um, Social media integration and shopping kind of like just takes it to a whole nother level of complication that I don't think many of you really want to get involved with. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's kind of a headache. I'll really be honest. eBay integration is a separate app. Um, it takes a setup by the actual eBay integrating software people. Um, Once again, it's another one of those super complicated ones. I find a lot of people actually will just go and do them manually, and it's probably easier. Haven't found a great solution for that yet because they keep changing those softwares.
Right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right. They Instagram, Facebook, eBay, all of them, they update that stuff and they're not telling us about it. So,
yeah,
usually we hear about it when something doesn't work and not much we can do on that.
yeah. Yeah. So not just another thing. If you're new to this and you don't have the bandwidth or resources to necessarily handle the online sales part of it, it can be set up where it's a showcase. So we basically take the ability off from the consumer to buy something, and you're just showing them your inventory and what's available, which then in turn gives them something to look at and drives them into the store if they want it. And we all know people spend more when they're in the store. So that is a possibility. And then when you get used to it and you're kind of like used to the software and used to the platform, you can turn it on. I did a store about 6 months ago, and that's all she did. And it's already increased the traffic into a store and her sales. So she's super happy. Um, then also if you do an integration in MailChimp, MailChimp allows you to instantly put the product um, into MailChimp. So when you do your new arrivals or just whatever it is you're going to show them, um, that will automatically show you that. I'm going to show you an email that we put together. Um, Give me a sec. Share. This will kind of give you an idea. All right. This is a too good to be true email. Um, can you see that? There we go. All right, so nice little banner at the top. Prepare your cart. Then you can click through to shop now. Living room furniture, dining room furniture, shop now, shop now. There's some things that are going on in the store, their address, and then direct links to all of the categories. So, for example, if I click on jewelry, that's going to take me straight to Shopify jewelry section, and then they can start shopping on there too. Just the thing, right? I'm going to just say this because I can. Um, Running and working with a Shopify website is going to be as successful as you have the mindset for it to work. Okay, I've seen this so many times where I deal with store owners that just don't believe in it, and they don't, and it's taking them a lot of convincing. You almost have to adopt the idea of you're opening a brand new location. Okay. And if you were opening a physical location, you would put energy and effort into it. And then that's the same with a Shopify website. It will work as well as you work with it. If you're having difficulties, you can always reach out to Monkeys and Hats or SimpleConsign and we'll help you. Okay. If especially, if we're building a website, we'll take you through everything you need to know. But there is great success to be had in Shopify. I've seen people like blow up with it, and I've seen people just who don't try and don't want to try it, sit there and not make any sales. It's just a case of learning the process and learning where success is going to be had. You open yourself up to a whole new world. You can ship all over the world and just basically do really, really well. So that's about what I got. So I will open it up to questions if you've got anything else, Caroline.
All right, I think that brings us to time. Thank you so much, Richard, for sharing everything. And everyone, this is recorded and we will be sharing the webinar following. If there were any questions that need following up, we will email you and connect with you one-on-one. And we will also be sharing Richard's contact information following in that email. So if you have any questions and want to, feel free to check out Monkeys and Hats. We will point you in the right direction.
Yeah, I got two questions I see I can help with. One is, can we do fine tuning? Yes. Jennifer, I can do that. The other one is luxury items on Instagram or Facebook and not get shut down. I'm going to tell you, it is highly likely that you will get shut down. And I don't know why. I don't know what the algorithm is doing. I have seen it so many times now. There is a very specific way of presenting it that my wife can help you with, but you have to be super careful. I mean, I just spoke to somebody the other day that's had his account shut down on Instagram 3 times now. So you spend a lot of time and effort building followers, go throw up a couple of things that they just decide they don't like, and you're you're kind of screwed. Sorry. Yeah. So sorry. All right, Caroline, I'm done.
All right, thank you so much, everyone.